Yo, what's up? Sebastian Pearson here. And today I want to talk about the use of muscle mass as opposed to the use of your nervous system, your spine and your cardiovascular system. And I'm saying this because there is such a big population, a large number of people in today's society, or in Sweden population. It's not the same in other cultures, but primarily in Sweden there is a very big dislike towards muscly people and people with a lot of muscle mass in general, and it's sort of a distrust towards them that I don't understand, but it's just against Swedish norm to have a lot of muscle mass. So I'm gonna address that and put that down because it's completely false. And one of the ideas that a lot of people, and particularly a lot of my friends in general have, or some of my friends in general have towards people that focuses on building their muscle, is that building muscles are completely useless and that you should focus on other things such as your cardiovascular system and such as your stabilized system, and they don't actively focus on these things, but that's what they're unconsciously seeking after. And it's funny because back in the days when we were cavemen, when we were hunters, and also a lot of farmers, usually farmers, they were all muscle men, and the only way that you can handle that amount of physical activity is learning to use your muscles. Why? Because when you use your muscles, you can refill them very easily, and they're much easier to recover than your central nervous system is, and your cardiovascular system is, and your stabilized system is. So the less you use your cardiovascular system, and the less you use your stabilized system, and the less you strain when you do any particular activity, is the degree to which you would have survived in nature. So, and as I said, that's because the central nervous system and your tendons, your ligaments, your cardiovascular system, it takes a lot longer time to recover than your muscular system does, and there's nothing you can do to repair. There's not much that you can do in order to speed up that process. Of course, that if you are a very stressed out individual, your central nervous system and your cardiovascular system will not recover to the degree that which a stress-free person recovers, because it is related to how good you sleep and how well your hormonal system is working, how well your immune system is working. But anyway, there's not much you can do in order to facilitate the speed up process of the healing of the nervous system and the cardiovascular system and your ligaments. However, your muscles are very, very easy to recover, and that is the reason that the Neanderthals had, or that cavemen in general was supposed to have a caloric intake or caloric maintenance of 4,500 calories, and personally I think it was much higher than 4,500 calories. And the reason they had such a high caloric need was because they had so much muscle mass, and that is also the reason why they survived. Because just imagine if you're a Neanderthal and you have to drag fucking animals all day for kilometers, and you have to pick apart carcasses and, you know, fight and fucking run for miles every day and fight against big animals and all that kind of stuff. There is no way that your cardiovascular system and your tendons and your ligaments are gonna keep up with that unless you kind of cover them with muscles. You need to have an armor on your body if you're going to survive as a caveman. The only difference is between their armor and a lot of people who works out tends to have very hard, dense muscle that looks like a knight's armor. but a Neanderthal would have more soft muscles. They would look more like animals, and they would be muscly all over their body. So it's not the same as a lot of people who go to the gym today. But my point is that the goal is, in whatever sport or job, whatever you have, try to use your muscles as much as possible, because then it's much easier for you to recover, because all you have to do is eat food. But the problem is that a lot of people, they don't believe in food, and they believe in the wrong food, and they don't like to eat a lot, and they don't like to spend money on food, and so they're forced to use their body in a very unnatural way, which is to use as little muscles as possible, which makes you weak, because then you will not have any work capacity whatsoever, and your body will not be able to handle any kind of rigorous activity. So, and you will not move forward as quickly. You have the muscles are there to help you. So it's like if you're working at a supermarket and you're picking up boxes all the time, if you're putting the load on your ligaments will never heal, because it's too much load on them. But if you just use your muscles, your ligaments can rest, your spine can rest, your cardiovascular system can rest, your hormonal system can rest, and you can become a human that feels good, and that a human that recovers and moves forward, as opposed to just being beat down all the time. And those muscles, if you get real muscles, they are very useful. But don't go to the gym, don't go and become adapted to doing heavy deadlifts and stuff like that. Try to achieve more natural muscles, try to achieve the muscles of an animal, soft muscles. And that's it for me. Peace.